right, testing 1, 2, testing. Am I on the internets? Let's see, created by Jack. I don't even know who's drawing these pages. Various artists. All right, why is it so big? Let's see, there we go. All right, am I here? You guys hear me okay? Am I on? Is this live? Is all the audio working? Am I broadcasting on the interwebs? Oh yeah, let's see. Click buttons. There we go. Lovely. All right, welcome everyone. Hello, my name is Kurt. I'm a comic book colorist. Half the week. And welcome to my YouTube channel. Cable is tied up. Okay, sorry. But today we are, and when I say we, it's actually just me. But we're coloring this amazing one-shot. Well, it's not a one-shot; it's an issue, but it's a 44-page story called NIGHTLIFE NOIR. This is number 5 in the series. It's a very cool series, and yeah, it's about nightlife, I think. And as Jack himself is apparently a club guy. He opens clubs, owns clubs, produces clubs. I don't know what he calls himself. I don't know what those people call themselves. But he's also a comic book writer. So that's awesome. But yeah, good to see y'all. Welcome. And if you're like, wow, these pages look like they're done, right? I mean, I thought about it, but no, we're gonna do some rendering on this. Big shout out to Mr. Woods. I don't know if he's here today, but Mr. Woods has been. This will be his first coloring assistant credit, if I'm not mistaken, at least for me. So, but yeah, I sent him, like, I literally just like scribbled colors, like this red, this blue, but make the blue cooler and make the red look cooler, and and then make that green, and he turned in this for my base color. So I'm like, yeah, I think this is gonna work out. His portfolio is insane. It is insane. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. Everything I'm gonna do is gonna make this worse. but no, I've been super impressed with all of his work on this, and I don't really I'm really planning on just kind of experimenting and trying some really crazy stuff on this, because with these sort of, like, these stories are like so self-contained, and they don't have to have like the lore of a bunch of other stuff, and it is what it is. So you can just, you just go, you can do anything. So, and let's see what else. Well, I'll explain all of these layers for anybody that is new here and just has no idea what's going on. Sorry. But so there's this folder is it's a bunch of stuff, but it's all just color holds of that he separated for me because he didn't know if I was going to use them or not, which is very nice. And so there's just a bunch of those in one folder. We don't have to worry about that. Boring stuff. Their own clipping mask to the inks. If you're wondering what all these red lines are, this little button right here, that's a clipping mask button. You click that, you make a new layer, you click the magical clipping mask button, and everything you do on that layer is then contained to that if you do it right, which I didn't. But anyway, that's all that ink stuff. This is the layer I just made. I'm rendering on that for now. we'll label this rendering. We have base colors, which are really what you're seeing. He also, I requested on the last book to include the local colors as well. I don't know if I'll do that again because I'm probably going to end up, I don't know, it depends on the book. I may or may not use those. But anyway, yeah, local colors is just the color of the things under like a white light or whatever. The original flats from my flatter, who is just, it's just flats. There's no color we're using there. And then these are just some layers that are just some selection layers. There you can see it better for like if I want to select all the people or all the backgrounds or whatever. The panels also have their own layer, so if I want to do something on a panel by itself, grab that really quickly. And then that's pretty much it. And I am using an old Kyle Webster brush from Photoshop about 1 million years ago, I think. But I have good news. I have good news for everyone that has heard me complaining about the reds in Clip Studio's default CMYK being strange. I'm going to color this page in a little bit, I promise. But first, I have to, let's see, I posted it on the Discord. I'm giving all you guys homework that use Clip. You have to go watch this video. And let's see, where is it? Here it is. The wonderful and talented and amazing. Whoa, that was loud for me. Sorry, hope that didn't go out. I'm gonna link this in the chat. But yeah, so Matt Hollingsworth, he's been a colorist for 70 or 80 years, if I'm not mistaken. And he put out a video. Can I drag this in without showing? Hold on one second. Bear with me. This is big breaking news. But I have to give credit where credit is due. I did not know this was possible until I saw... Oh, why is it playing ads? Is that coming through? Are you guys hearing this? No, you're not. Okay, good. Bear with me a second. I want to at least get to his first page, his first little opening here. Oh, it's going to play another ad. Okay, well, never mind. I forgot this browser is not logged in. But yeah, you guys should go subscribe to Matt Hollingsworth. I linked him in the chat. But he showed how to export ICC color profiles from Photoshop. And I didn't know how to do that until I watched this video. It's literally in the weirdest place. Which I would love to show you if this thing was acting up. But anyway, let's just let this ad run. And this is a 44-second ad. Is that what I'm seeing here? Okay, you know what? Maybe not. Anyway, go watch the video, do your homework. And now, when we click on the filter, once you follow the instructions in that video, we now have this. We now have it added. See, I tried adding this, but I was using the wrong file format. It was a CS something, and it was supposed to be an ICC, and I don't know anything about this stuff. So anyway, you set this to this, and like the reds just stay pretty freaking red. Like this, they would absolutely not be this color. It seemed like when I used the old, I wonder if you can tell. Let me see. Yeah, you can see like it shows the intensity, but when you put it into Photoshop, it's orange. Like that's the color. Anyway, I'm just excited that my reds look red again in Clip Studio. None of this is probably coming through on the screen. It's like mine's like calibrated to the exact whatever, you know. I mean, I may have exaggerated slightly about how long Matt has been coloring, but it just feels like that long. Probably for him, it probably definitely feels that long. We can all get rid of PS now. That seems to, I don't want to put intentions on what he's putting on YouTube, but it certainly seems to be how to stop using Photoshop. If you were to really rename the video, you know. So anyway, I'm just impressed. I'm glad that that works. That's about it. And so yay. One less program on my computer. I'm telling you, and everyone always recommends other programs that I don't know how to use, but if I could get rid of Premiere, I would be good. Because this, like, he basically showed how to use Affinity to do what we need to do. And so with Affinity, I guess he doesn't like clips exporting. So he uses Affinity to export. But yeah, we're so close to being free of it. So anyway, on this page, I'm not going to do a ton of rendering. I'm going to do strategical rendering. That's not really a word. Strategic rendering. Only where I want it, which is not that many places on this because it already looks amazing. But I was doing a little, I'm doing some consulting with a guy right now on his coloring project. And one of the things that we spent a lot of time talking about yesterday was the shape of lighting, like the shape of your rendering, and like how if I have 3 things to color, like I'm probably not going to do those 3 things exactly the same way unless I'm trying to create a pattern where I'm, you know, here's a whole bunch of boring the same stuff I want you to look past. But just things like always shaping like shaping the actual shapes of the lighting. Does this make sense? Like the composition of the lighting, I guess is what we're trying to say. But it's not something I've talked about a tremendous amount on this channel, but it's something you always have to keep in mind. Do I want to do, do I want to do texture-y stuff? Or no texture-y stuff? Whoa. I don't know about the textures. We'll come back to that. Yeah, lately I've been enjoying using brush tools for, like inking tools for non-inking purposes. You know, such as rendering colors and whatnot. But this brush, if you were here last week, this one has a little bit more grit to it. Of course, you can't really tell much at this scale, but it's a little bit messier. than the other one. But it's very sensitive. It's extremely sensitive to tilt and rotation and all sorts of things. So like, it feels really random if you don't like really control the thing. And I'm going to take a little bit of saturation out of that building in the back to like create a bit of a shadow coming from that way. And yeah, this is yeah, this feels like cheating. All of this art is so good. But one of the things that I did in the reference that I set these palettes up was to really push the planes like as much as possible. Like, and this is where like realism means jack when it comes to comics. Like obviously if we were, I don't know, maybe we could set up a lighting scenario where this is possible. But I like the intensity of it. Just felt like it. What am I trying to say? It felt like what I hoped the club would feel like, you know. Why can't I color on this? There we go. What's wrong with clips exporting? I don't know. I'll have to try it with the new profile. I actually haven't tried. Let's try it on this as it looks right now. What's going to pop up? Give me a second. I don't know what's going to pop up when I... Warning, big face warning. Okay. My room's a mess. You can see that. Let's see. So, export single layer, TIFF file. We're good here. I'll make a new folder. This is what I usually do here. So it's like you got the project, and then within the project, you've got... Oh, you guys can't see this. There we go. And then I'll have a CMYK folder in there for all the CMYK print files. So we'll hit save. And don't want to preview expression is CMYK. Advanced color settings. What is this? Nothing. Embed ICC profile. There's the profile. Scale 100%. Okay. Okay. Now. Oh, wait. Is there stuff here you guys aren't supposed to see yet? Yep. Shh. No screenshots. So now if we go to that folder. Let's bring it back in here and see if it's going to convert it to RGB. Okay, whoops. Derp. Okay. So far, so good. What does it look like in Photoshop? Did this fix the problem? Because if this fixes the problem, then it fixes the problem. Maybe it fixed the problem. Because this is Photoshop. And I don't see the problem that I usually see on these, where all the reds are red orange. But here's CMYK preview is identical because it's the same profile. Wow. Whoa. So yeah. Remind me at the end of this stream, I need to set up a batch to do. Is that? Can you do this in Clip? Can you batch files in Clip? Did we just get rid of Photoshop? There's a lot of people who've done this already. I'm very late to the game. But anyway, Mr. Woods did all the color holds as well. He did. The proof of my Clip. Yeah. You can do multiple files. Okay, good. We're going to have to try that next. Do we want to do... Can I make that orange brighter than that blue? Is that... I think so. Yeah, I'm really hoping, I'm hoping that works out because, again, if I can get rid of Premiere, but then I gotta learn something else. Who's got time for that? And I'm trying to pick colors from the canvas wherever possible. We don't need that. Yeah, and some of these pages don't need, I mean, some of these panels barely need any work from me. Almost at all. But that's how I wanted it set up, so that I didn't have to do much color selections. It's also the only way I can get through all the work that I've had. But now, I probably need one other person. I really do. Because everybody I'm working with, obviously it's like they have limitations in what all they're able to do. So if there's anybody out there that's been soaking up all of my coloring info for the last 10 years or so on YouTube, hit me up. Find me somewhere. If you want to join the thankless, most of the time creditless, joyless work of color assisting. Everybody's like, not everybody all at once. But yeah, I need some. What this person does is they take the files that are already flatted and change them into color palettes based on reference of questionable quality. I'm selling it really well. I mean, I don't know why people aren't just falling over themselves for $15 a page to, or $10, whatever it is. Maybe it's not joyless. You're right. Maybe there's a little joy in it for some people. Freaking weirdos. No, if I had all the time in the world to do it, it would be great. You're calling a short story this week. May have extra time after. Awesome, awesome. Whoops, wrong layer. Here we go. Well, yeah, I'm trying to kind of play around with. Obviously, this is just a really intense, like, warm, cool, complimentary, whatever you want to call it. But it's fun setting up little, like, challenges for yourself, or at least it is to me. Of, like, either limited palettes or, you know, limit yourself to black and white for a study or something. But yeah, with this one, I'm thinking of like where they mix the planes mix is where I'm trying to make the focus. You know, it's like using some colors from the warm in the cool and some colors from the cool in the warm. I think it'll look cool. And it's also, I guess you could also use it to blend them into the background in places, you know, if you wanted to. Yeah, I haven't got to do like a really graphic-y thing in a long time. But yeah, questions, comments, concerns? What do you guys want me to talk about with this? Let's see, do I want... Yeah, we'll do some... Pull some of that yellow into this bottom panel. If I can find the shape that I want. You like Clip's 3D preview? Fun to flip through the book you're working on? I don't think I have that version. I don't think I have the fancy version. Maybe that's why I can't do it. Let's see. I think I want this to be brighter. Yeah, I wonder, do we want to do like, yeah, I think we do. Some like graphic-y shadow shapes that don't really make sense. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, which version do you have, Chris? Do you have the subscription or do you have EX? Was it EX, I think? Is that what it's called? The Pro version's, I think, the cheap version. Yeah, Paint Shop Pro, which is the opposite. See, the EX Accord always didn't have all the options, and then the Sport version, yeah, so this is really, really confusing. All right. Page 2. I am going to... Let's see. First, I like her skin tone for that in the first one, but not necessarily this one. I don't... It's going to be way bright. Yeah, there we go. Like, what is the color? That is the color. Bring that over there too. And yeah, this is actually the first time. Is that all that's on that layer? I haven't actually looked through all of these. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. And yep, guys hanging out with the good old red curtains. I think I like the purple. I like the purple seats. I don't know if I like this being this red. So let's make that darker. And instead of having these guys orange back here, which is a little bit of a carryover from the first page, maybe, so what do I want to do there with that? I think, I don't think I want them these colors. Let's see. I guess it's like how, yeah, you're going to see the orange in the last 2 panels of this from the bar. But I don't think I need it here. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I do. Especially given how she's over in the corner of the panel. Having all of this be blue kind of simplifies the color field behind her. Whoops again. Making sure all of this is actually that color. Yeah, I like having this be the only warm thing basically in that panel, except for her. And the bar, we have established the bar is orange. Sorry, I gotta think. If you had a better grasp on the workflow, you'd do it. No workflow, however you want to do it. As long as the colors go from that to that or something like in the ballpark. Nah, I know what you mean. But all right. So flats are set as a reference layer. I've got my brush selected. I want to label this rendering. Do 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 do. Yeah, I wanted this to be. I was thinking sort of like big primary colors, and so having some of these. I like the really intense yellow light, especially against everything else. It's just very stark. And I got a script somewhere. Bear with me. Do 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 do. Um. Well. Oh, there's a script. Okay. I knew I had it somewhere. Let's see. What page are we on? Page 2. Yeah, I think I want this to look a little bit more dramatic. How dramatic? Yeah, maybe I'd do that on a different layer so I can just lower the opacity. Yeah, that's what we do. So I'm going to take this that I just filled here. I'm going to do it on a layer above instead. That way I can just lower the opacity down about halfway. That's actually kind of what I wanted. And let's see. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Sorry, I don't know what to talk about today. Just in the zone here, guys. I'm going to select everything in this background behind her. And just make sure all of this is as saturated as possible. There's some browns in here that I would prefer to be orange, because I really want that palette like pushed completely as far as it can go. Find the right layer. There we go. Yep, that's better. You learned something new the other day about why theater chairs are red, and it's related to color theory? I'm thinking. Is it something about the is it like hmm. The lights aren't on though when you play a movie theater, so yeah, when you play a movie. I don't know, I'm curious about that. I could see like the old films if they were complementary to something or possibly being, I don't know, but yeah, that's a strange one. Interesting to hear the answer to this one. As the lights dim, the color red is the first our eyes stop seeing. Yeah, that makes sense because it just immediately starts desaturating to like a gray color or a cool color. Interesting. Mm, her hair looks transparent because of the orange behind it. Don't do that. Let's see. Hmm. Maybe we carry this pink thing through. Oh, I think we do. Yes. Yes, let's. Because we're following her out of here. That'll be a nice way. Yeah, let's get rid of this. It'll be a nice way. Sorry, I'll complete this thought. Um, it'll be a nice way to show like a unique character, to show like you know what I'm saying. It's a color focal point thing, emphasis, accent, color. What am I trying to say? You guys know what's happening here. I don't need to explain myself. No, it's something like, yeah, you know, if everything in this is, you know, blue and orange, and all of a sudden you get some purple, it's like, oh. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Yeah, there was a what do you call it? There was a scene in Postal where I had a good time building this entire like palette around this one lady's hair color in this scene. She had this really intense red, like short red hair, and with the first scene she appeared in, like I ended up just starting from the hair, and then everything else built around that. Alrighty, what do I wanna? Oh, I wanna move these color holds. Just want to turn those down some. And I want to pull her off of this background. So instead of her being warm, we're going to have her match everybody else around here. Yeah, I think it breaks the background a little bit clearer. I'm thinking this might, I'm gonna test this out. It might look cool to like blend all of these into, yeah, I think it will. I think it'll look nice to have all of this transition. I messed that up. But yeah, you sort of get like an yellow arrow now going off the right side of the page. Whoops. Make that orange. Make that color. I guess you do the same thing here to frame it up from this side. I'm gonna do something different with her hair. It's close to what I want it to look like, but not quite. Yeah, looks cleaner. I wonder if it would look cool to have these people that are in like the front plane also add some yellow. Maybe. And that way the yellow on her is not so unique that it doesn't have anything else to like support it. Don't know if I like that or not. No, I don't think I like it. I don't think I like this though either. Also, not a bad idea when you're rendering to decide on like, is like about a third of this lit? Is there about a third of this in shadow? It's a good like shorthand if you just don't know what to do or how much to do. There we go. It's the white sleeve. That's what we needed. I don't know if this page needs a darn thing beyond what I've done here. I keep staring at it. That's usually a good sign. All right, let's see. Page 3. And let's see. Yeah. Yeah, the artist changes on this. Well, I don't want to spoil it. We'll get there when we get there. All right, what is this robot dog doing? Here we go. Let's see. What page are we on? We're on page 3. Sorry, I'm reading this script. Give me a second here. Okay. I really wish that clip would, when you, sometimes, y'all let me know if you know how to fix this. When I control Y, it, instead of toggling to the one that I always have it set to, it just, I don't know what it's doing. Let's see, where is color conversion? That is set. No, it's weird. Do 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 do. I think I had originally sent him. Yeah, I'm not sure why I want that to be yellow, but or blue. But yeah, I'm gonna shift that back toward one of these colors. Yeah. And yeah, these robot dog things. What color are they? Are they yellow in real life? I guess they can come in whatever color you order them, huh? I know they're not that color, but I like how alien that is. I think. What do I want this to look like? I'm trying not to use any gradients on this at all. This brush is a little too wild. This one probably work. Let's see. What are we doing on the dog? Robot dog. I want to add a little bit of drama to the colors on this panel. Instead of it being just local colors, I'm going to grab some of these dark colors and let's see, like that. Yeah, so new layer, and then I'm just going to lower the opacity a little bit to let some of the underlying color come through, but not all of it. Now she looks mad. Mad enough. I'm going to do the same thing on this panel. I might can use the same color. Yeah. I kind of want to sell the idea that she's kind of like blocking the light here. I think. Unless it looks dumb and I will erase it and it won't, like it never happened. Drama. Lovely. Oh, that would make me upset. Alrighty. What time is it? Yeah, take it easy, guys. If you gotta run. This is making me never want to use another soft brush again. Long time listener, first time caller. Hey Patrick, how's it going? Yeah, I'm actually sorry, I haven't been talking very much. I'm just working in the zone. I have no idea what to say, all the above. Yeah, I don't know if these scenes need very much more than what is happening here. As far as lighting goes, so much of the storytelling is just in the shapes of the art. There's everything is framed up very nicely. But yeah, there's just some kinds of art to me that doesn't look good with kind of old school comic book gradient kind of looks. I'd prefer it just be solid. And I think it looks better on some of these. I want to bring some of this blue into this scene a little bit earlier too, I think. I dig it. I dig it. Questions, comments, concerns? Everyone's vibing. Everybody's hanging out. Let's see. Random anecdotes and jokes. Yeah, that's why everybody's here. All right, let's do one more. And this one has something I want to have some fun with, which is this like little allegory of maybe allegory is not the word. I don't know. It's a little analogy, maybe a little side story that is sort of, I think, meant to represent what's happening in this booth. And I thought about, I think it would be cool to color them like super realistic, like just not like spend all day painting them, but I just mean like keep it like straight up, just, you know, you can hear what's his name? What's the guy? His name's falling out of my head. He's got a long name. The British guy that does the documentaries, those kind of things. Alligatory. David Attenborough, yeah, there we go. Do some David Attenborough panels. Let's see here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is there's very little, there's no background to set up, which is usually what I do first. Not really much background, at least on the interior panels. So we'll knock those out at one time. And then probably spend the rest of this stream on the realistic panels or the animal panels or whatever they are. Because usually if I'm doing something on a page and like let's say there's two different scenes, I will usually do the ones that are similar together so that I don't have to go back and go, how did I do this again? And here we have the North American double-breasted club smoker. There you go. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll skip those panels and come back, I think. I'm pulling up the script again here. I just want to get a little clarity on Yeah, frozen with rage is pretty close to what I was feeling here. And let's see, I'm looking at the next page just to see. Yeah, that's the last of the alligators and all that stuff. So let's see. What color is frozen with rage? I'm thinking we pull all of that red and orange and yellow out of those first couple of first couple of scenes. Bring them back. Why is this not doing what I want it to do? Fill. There we go. Oh, her eyeball was red and the color holds, which I like also. But I don't think I need it for this. Let's see. There it is. Do I want this to be red or do I want this to... It's really gonna be how we do the rest of this, I think, but let's try this. So my thinking is, you know, she's over in the corner of this booth, so if we have it look like she's like framed with shadow behind, I think it might look cool. I think she looks pissed. Yep, that sounds about right. All right. Let's see. Color some deer in the woods. We're gonna like paint this completely differently than everything else. And I'm gonna do some color holds on these inks. Just to like push them toward the background a little bit. A little bit. Let's see. Subtle, subtle. Yeah. And let's see, I'm going to make a couple of quick selections to make this easier. We want to brighten it. We want to warm it up. A little red. A little yellow. And now we have a magical levels adjustment called sunlight. Oh, and I'll just double that if I want to intensify it. I want more yellow in this. And there we go. Why did you decide to make the smoke yellow? You're talking about in the previous scenes? It's kind of a design element for the whole. It comes up in several panels, and so with the whole rest of the scene being like really deep blues and greens, I really wanted kind of a graphic representation of it as opposed to like, you know, I don't know, gray or something. You know what I mean? Like it just, if I go in and I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be like amazing, it looks awesome, but probably not. It just doesn't add anything. Like if I make it like, you know, I don't know, some realistic color, let's say, quote unquote, you know. And so it's as much of like a design element on the page as anything. So to get really contrast, yeah, of course. The answer is always contrast. I just have to, you know, I have to say it in more sentences so that people think it's more complicated. No, it's just, yeah, but of course it's a nice contrasty difference between everything else. It also sort of ties the yellows of the other page into this page, you know? It's a damn good choice. I don't remember if I even put the yellow. I know I had the yellow in there, I think, in the original ref. I just don't know if it was on the smoke or not. So I don't even know. It was all part of the palette. I'll say that. He really didn't. He did not deviate much from the palette that was sent. So, yeah, I like it. I like how it looks. It looks cool. Is that another answer too? Just contrast and it looks cool. Like that's the thing. Okay, let's color stuff. It's one of those things that I think is the obvious great choice, but you never think to do it on your own. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Why is this brush not? There we go. Yeah, it definitely like. It's not about the colors, you know? I mean, as much as I probably could have made that yellow. I mean, could have made it pink or something, and it may have looked good, been interesting. Like it, you know, it's the further you get away from like what it's supposed to be or whatever, the cooler it's probably gonna be. Let's see what just happened. Oh, did that thing where I just cropped the page down accidentally. I'm thinking there's some water reflecting up onto the shadow side a little bit. Plus, it looks cool. I guess this would be more greenish back here. Dude, 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 dude. Definitely want the alligator stuff looking darker. Ooh, I know what I want to do on this. Let's get above. Yeah, let's get above the inks on this. I want to try something. Yeah, this is the sort of book for experimentation. Yeah, and if we do this on top with don't know if I like the way that looks or not. I think I might. Let's see, I'm gonna keep messing with it. Maybe something accidentally cool will happen. There we go. We'll go that way. And that's a gradient. I don't want to use a gradient. Well, I could use a gradient on this. I'm going to paint it though. We're getting there. Pretty sure alligator eyes aren't yellow either, but it certainly looks cool, doesn't it? What do I want to do on this? Yeah, something like that. We'll do a lot of specular highlights on him so that he looks like he is wet. But I'm going to do that after this part. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of some cool shadows. And then we're going to get a really bright light. And this should start to make him look like he's actually kind of slick, hopefully. If I don't screw this up. But yeah, that's kind of the thing with like really bright highlights. If they're, you start getting these little sharp white points, it really starts to look like it's wet or slick. Yay, he looks like a wet alligator now. I still struggle with unrealistic color choices. You need to do the exercise that I told y'all about last week. That's what you need to do. I think that was last week. I'll do it really a quick version for everybody watching today. And let me use a panel from this that has some decisions to make. Here we go. Yeah, I did this last week, but it wasn't on a real panel. So if we, let me get all my, let me see. There we go. All right, I'm gonna cheat for the sake of time and pretend that I made this beautiful lighting whatever thing here. And what I would do though, and there's color holds on this or whatever, I don't need to worry about all that, but I would do something like this first. Like get used to working in black and white only and being able to draw you know, focus where you need it without using any color at all. And something like this kind of, you know, kind of works. Again, like I'm going to push this a little further in the black and white version. But if you can get it to first work in black and white, then that at least gets you in the door of like what your color choices are going to be. Because for all of these gray tones, like those all represent some color, right? So once you've figured out your value plan, and that is usually going to be, you know, it's going to be some combination of, you've got something light against something dark, you've got something dark against something light. That's what you're playing with. It is hard. It's hard to do things in black and white. You have, you know, there's little options available, right? But once you have established, say, a scene or anything you're doing, a panel you're practicing on, or a piece of art or whatever, once you've established the grayscale tones, my recommendation then is to add one color. Okay, so instead of it being gray, I made it orange. All right, so let's say this is orange. Now, and the orange is a good color for this. Not every color works very well for this, but what color mode does is it only shifts everything into the same hue. Okay, so you see that no matter where I pick all of these colors, I'm tapping the color picker option. It's all staying in the same exact spot on the color wheel, and it's all staying within this box, which is now nothing but shades of orange, right? Shades and tints, whatever you want to call it. So at this point, it's a good time to introduce saturation, okay? Because all we have right now is one color, and we've got values associated with that color, but it's all the same exact saturation level, okay? So then my exercise becomes, can I make a reasonable palette out of everything in this box without moving around the color wheel, okay? And you're like, oh, I don't think that's doable. I don't think you can do a whole thing, okay? Well, you can. It's a spoiler. So first I'm going to saturate some colors. Are all of these already really saturated? That's probably what this is. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm going to start with some saturated colors in the places that, you know, I want people to notice. And then I'm going to go to the gray side of this color wheel, and I'm going to start cooling off all of the other areas of this, if I'm keeping up with my same sort of scheme from before, you know, where things are like warm and cool or whatever. But you see how as I'm adding this gray, you see how it starts to feel like it's cooling off? It really starts to feel blue-ish, okay? All right. So now what this does, though, is it gets you used to working with saturation as a slider also. Because we're used to going black and white and grayscale. We know all those sliders and how they work together. But a lot of people don't realize there's just as much, you know, there's just as much power in the contrast and the saturation, you know, if you're using it right. But as you can see here, I've gone through this entire thing now, and I've represented everything that I wanted cool with gray, and I've represented anything that I actually wanted to be, you know, really saturated or whatever, with this really saturated orange. And I've got my entire palette, and you can see I could spend some more time on this and like make it look a little bit better, but this will get you in the habit of working with value and saturation at the same time, okay? We started with one dimension, value. Now we've added a second dimension, saturation. Now what? Okay, there's the third dimension of color, which is hue. Now this is the time when you're allowed to move the color picker, okay? So what I would do as a start, you've already established so many things. You've made so many decisions. So now you just don't screw it up. That's the key part. No, but what I would do is everything that is, say, on the gray side, what if I move that to a different color? You know, let's just say for an example. And again, I'm not going to sit here and do all this whole thing, but let's say I just get like a little green, and I'm going to do this in overlay mode just so I don't have to worry about the values very much. But now I've added one color, to my 2 colors. And now I've got an entire palette that is all 2 colors. But it already, like, it's starting to look like it could be a thing. It's starting to look like a palette. All we've done is added a second color, you know? So from there, it's like you have an orange and a green. We have this and this, you know? So from here, it's where it becomes an art process. You know, it's whatever you want it to be. You know, it's like you can change the palette up by like shifting some yellows in here, and like that's a certain kind of vibe. If we switch it to, I don't know, let's say blue. Let's lean all of this stuff. Well, this is blue. It's not really that blue. Overlay is not a great option for that. But anyway, there's some red. There's some red we can see. So we add a little red, and I spread the red around the scene, or at least what's coming out to be red on here. But all of this stuff will let you build it up a little bit at a time, and it lets you work through learning the dimensions of color by adding one at each step, as opposed to, I have 17 million options, what do I do? Like, because if you do it this way, it walks you through the order of operations of coloring. Like, if you were to ask me, that's what I would call it. Is to have, like, let me get rid of all these ugly layers that I've thrown here. Because there absolutely is, you know, to me, it's values first, you know, and then everything else is secondary. But there's definitely, like, you can't do the addition before the multiplying, or the dividing before the subtracting. You know the order operations for math. Anyway, seems like a fun exercise. I think it's a really fun exercise just to do, yeah. On anything. Let's see, this one's done. All right, we got these guys. Tell you what, it's noon. I actually probably need to step away. But thank you guys so much for hanging out today, and for watching. Check the links in the description. I've got courses and stuff. I've got Patreon. I've got YouTube memberships. Join me in your art journey and learn how to, whatever this is that we're doing here. But yeah, this page is almost done, but I'll finish it pretty soon. You guys kind of see where it's headed. Yeah, fun stream. Really fun stream. And I'll probably still do a few more tweaks on these too, but I'm really happy with how they're coming together. Thanks again, Mr. Woods, for his help on this issue. I'm trying to see real quick. Let me show y'all. So there are you can see the incredible sense of detail and staying in the lines and all that stuff. I'm like, I sent this to him, and, like, you know, do cool stuff in the orange area and do cool stuff in the blue area. Make them those colors. Yeah, so yeah, shout out Mr. Woods for his amazing contributions to this issue. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Peace out. See y'all next time.